Hey y'all, it's me Marty. Welcome to another video. Good morning and happy Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Wow, yeah, 24 years ago today. Crazy. I'll always remember. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well today. I hope you're getting in the Christmas spirit, the holiday season spirit, the crafting and woodworking, scroll sign, making gifts season. I thought I'd do a quick little video this morning and just show you the new ornament that I'm making. And yeah, actually, I'll give you another little close-up of that in a minute. But I'm going to show you a few ornaments that I've made through the years. Okay, so I really enjoy scroll sign wood ornaments, and I've been doing it since I've been scroll sign over 30 years. I don't have every ornament that I've done through the years, but I have a bunch of them, 12 or so, 15, I don't know. And so when I make an ornament, like I like to make a new ornament every year. It's just kind of fun. And I know I missed some years and stuff, and there were some years I didn't keep one. But not the last few years, I try to make 100 to 200 ornaments and just give them away to friends and family. It's just kind of fun to do that. And I like to make a new one every year. And sometimes I use patterns that I have, and sometimes I use I make up my own patterns. So it's kind of neat. So I'm just going to show you a few here, and then somebody had asked where I get my patterns. I've talked about that before. There's all kinds of places you can get patterns, but I'll just show you a few of mine and just where I get ideas and stuff. But just going to quickly show you a few here. So this one is one of my older ones. I don't even know what year this was. I think this is, I'm going to say 1994 or 1995. It's nothing fancy. It's basically just like a stocking. And this is out of 1/2-inch cedar. I made them out of thicker wood to start. Now I basically use 1/4-inch hardwoods for all my Christmas ornaments. That's just the way I like to roll, or like to scroll. Get it? See? I scroll. See what I did there? No, anyway. But yeah, this is just a simple one. And then I actually made a heart in it. And so it's like a little mini picture frame. And that's our grandpa and grandma moored. So yeah, I think this was, I don't know, man, might have been earlier than that. I don't know, somewhere in the early 90s. But yeah, that's one of the earlier ones I made. This one's just a Rudolph. This is actually a pattern of my grandpa Mord's or Uncle Don. I don't remember. Just a Rudolph, a little simple, really simple cutout, and then you can paint it. Put little googly eyes on there, a little fuzzy nose, little fuzzy, cute little. Hey, there's one right here too. Look at it. It's like a little one and a big one. Hey, Rudy, how's it going? Yeah, I know you're always looking at me. Oh, this one's kind of looking at me too. I know I'm weird, but this one's 3/4-inch pine stained. Yeah, so you can do all different things. A lot of people use plywood. I don't like to use that. I like to mostly use hardwoods, and I like 1/4-inch. I don't like them to be too delicate. I like them to, be solid and last for people, so they can have it as a tradition through the years, their Christmas ornaments and stuff. But a lot of people make some really, really pretty delicate ones too. Here's just a simple snowflake. And I have a pattern for a snowflake, and there's all snowflakes. Every snowflake's different, so you can make all different ones, and there's a million of those. This, I think, is birch, 1/2-inch birch. Again, sometimes I would use thicker. This actually is plywood, and this isn't really a Christmas ornament, but it's an ornament kind of. So this is like a cancer survivor ornament. It's a dove holding a little ribbon, and I made these, and actually I have the magazine that they came out of, and they had some different ones. You could put hope in there, survivor, remember, there's some different ones and stuff, and then you can paint the ribbon whatever type of cancer it was or whatever. So that's a more delicate one for me, and I did that one many years ago, so that one's kind of neat. That's out of 1/8-inch plywood. So yeah, one of the very few plywood ones I did through the years. Here's one. This is a Christmas tree with 2009, so that tells you when I did that one. This is 1/4-inch oak. I like 1/4-inch oak and other maple, cherry. those hardwoods with tight grain. It's just pretty. And you see the edge of it. I just like to see the grain and the color. So I like using 1/4-inch hardwoods for the most part. But yeah, that was 2009. This was kind of a neat pattern in that if you ever get a pattern like that that has a year or date, they'll usually give you the numbers so you can put any year. So I could do this every year and just change the year. What kind of bug is that flying around my shop? Oh, it's huge. Almost looks like a flying spider. Nasty. I'm so ready for fall. It cooled off for a while, y'all. Here in Minnesota, it was like in the 50s for highs and 40s even. And now it's 70s and 80s for the next week. But then it's going to drop again. So, I can't wait until the bugs be gone and cool, crisp weather. Fall and winter's coming. But yeah, there's that one there. Kind of a neat one. And then I did this one year, 2005, just kind of an oval with a heart in there and a cross, which is kind of like this year's, but a little bit different. But yeah, that was kind of a neat one too. And this one's out of, this about 3/8 inch walnut, that one. That's fun to use different woods too. That's what I really like. And here's another snowflake, another design. Actually, it's the same pattern, but you can decide what parts to cut out of it to make it a different snowflake. This is 1/2-inch maple. I like that one. Or 3/8 maple, actually. I like to use all the different ones, and it's fun to try different thicknesses. This is one of my favorite patterns, and I actually tweaked it. It's an exact, that's the thing, you know me, I like to do things different, tweak the patterns, make them all different. Everything I make is one at a time. I don't stack cut. I don't manufacture laser. Everything's made one at a time by hand on the scroll saw. And so I like to make them different here and there. This one I tweaked a little bit, but it's a little church scene. I like that with a star, a couple of trees, like a rolling hill there. And this is 1/4-inch or even a little bit thinner. I think this is Brazilian walnut. Remember right. I like that one. That's one of my favorites designs. Here's another favorite design, and sometimes I like doing the perfectly round ones that are, it's like a bauble or whatever you want to call it, like an ornament, so which is what like this year is. And that one's Joy. A few inside cuts in that one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inside cuts in that one. So the more inside cuts you have, longer they take. And this one's 1/4-inch oak, red oak. And so different years I'll do different ones, and the less inside cuts, the better, because I like to make a lot of them. So this year I have 2 inside cuts, not bad. Last year I only had 1 inside cut. Year before I had like 6 inside cuts. So that's a lot when you want to make 100 or 200, but it's all part of the fun. I don't have that much time. I work so much, and when I'm home, I got lots of other responsibilities and time with my family. But I try to get in the shop here and there, but right now I'm working on a lot of different projects. But I can talk about that in a little bit. Here's another one I did a few years ago. It's an ugly sweater Christmas ornament. So I made it up. I just tried to draw a sweater somewhat, and then this was a simple one, no inside cuts, solid 1/4-inch oak. And then I just painted them. And yeah, I'm not good at painting, but yeah, the thing is, ugly sweaters are supposed to be ugly. So you gotta love it. You gotta love it, y'all. So that was kind of fun doing that one that year. Yeah. And then here's another year. This is a nativity scene with a star, and then there's Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus in there. See his little head sticking up there? This is actually a 1/2-inch white oak, this one. And actually the pattern I have, well, here, and y'all know I make hardboard. Gosh, I got spider webs all over. Who knows how many spiders. You have a wood shop, you're going to have spiders, but yeah. So here's the original pattern. It was a smaller ornament, but I wanted to make it bigger, so I just made it bigger and made an arch. So that's the thing. You could take a pattern and tweak it and do different things and make it your own, and make it think outside the box, y'all. But yeah, that was and they're getting hooked. So here's the thing. I have all the ornaments that I've ever made. Well, no, this is only about half of them. Not even that, probably a third. But the ones that I made one for us, I have them all hanging above our picture window in the living room in our house year round. So I had to pull them down to make this video, bring them in here. But yeah, so they all have hooks on them and stuff. But yeah, that's a neat one there too. Okay, and then we're getting the last couple of years. This was 3 years ago, I think. I made the word joy, and I just basically I have this pattern for a stand-up joy, and I just go in like that. That makes it not an inside cut by doing that, and it just kind of has a nice style. And this is 3/4 inch. This one's just pine, and it stands up. And I'm actually making 100 of these for my wife for a women's event she's having next month. I gotta get busy on those. But so that's one of the other things I've been working on. But I took the same pattern and I just made it so that it was a complete O. So it's an inside cut. So that one I did 3 years ago, I think. And this is, oh gosh, 3/4 inch poplar. And then 2 years ago, this is a pretty one. And I've done a bunch of different Jesus crosses through the years for Christmas ornaments. I have a whole bunch of other cross patterns and stuff. So basically, so here's a Jesus cross pattern I have. And then that's for like a wall cross, but then I made it smaller for a Christmas ornament. And I made that one year, many years ago, actually. I don't have one of those, but I'll have to make one. So what I should do, I have a whole bunch hanging up here of templates that I've made through the years that I don't actually have an ornament. So I should do that, make some of those ornaments so that I have all of the ones I made through the years. But anyway, 2 years ago, I decided to make another Jesus cross, a little bit different one. And this one, I looked at pictures and I just made my own design. This one's a little bit more rounded. And this was a pretty one. I really like this one. I did this 2 years ago. And this is what is this? 1/4 inch. What is this? I'm not sure. This might be mahogany or walnut. So that turned out kind of nice, really nice. I like those. But yeah, we got inside cuts there. We got 1, 2, 3 inside cuts, I guess. But in a little bit more delicate, you know. But that was a nice one. I think I did 100 that year because that one takes longer. So that was 2 years ago. And then this was last year. I think I did about 200 last year, and I have a whole bunch that I never even finished. So try to do a new one every year. Pretty simple, just a star in an oval. Made this one up, and it's kind of a two-toned birch, I believe that is. And it's a little bit thicker than 1/4 inch. So, yeah. And sometimes I just use whatever I have, and then I sand them, and sometimes they're a little thicker, sometimes they're whatever. And, yeah, so this is this year's. And in here I got this one's teak, and this one's oak. And I'm going to do all different woods. So that is this year's Christmas ornament. It's kind of a circle, like an ornament, with a cross in there, but then there's a heart around the cross. So I thought that would be a neat one this year. So it's 2 inside cuts, but not too bad. And yeah, that's 1/4 inch oak. And then I have a teak one here. I don't know where I got teak, but I had a piece of teak. And so I was doing some teak ones, kind of a pretty wood. So yeah, that's my ornament for this year. So some of you will get some of those. Oh, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and just show you some of my patterns on the bookshelf over here. Okay, so yeah, this is what's on your workbench, by the way. Put down in the comments what is on your workbench. I want to know what's on your workbench. What are you working on? What kind of projects? And what are you making for this holiday Christmas season? So I got patterns and things I've cut out, and all kinds of projects. I'm working on a bunch of different things. Anyway, but over here, this is where my patterns are. Well, I got piles of patterns. I got a pile of patterns there. I got a pile of patterns over there. But this is my bookshelf of patterns. So basically, well, and there's my Bible, and I got piles of magazines I'm looking at of things I want to make, and then but this is most, and they're all over. Yeah, I got patterns in the house, patterns in my truck, and so basically, I kind of need to organize this a little bit. So this is the first Scroll Saw magazine I ever got many years ago. Creative Woodworks and Crafts. And this is my favorite. I still like it. They're out of publication now, but you can buy back issues of them. And I believe I have the first one and the last one. But wonderful magazine. And as a matter of fact, let me see. They had Ornament issues. Let me see if I can find an Ornament issue. I don't have these in order or anything by year. Oh, here's an Ornament issue. Okay. But look at, they would have an Ornament issue every year. Look at 300 different ornaments in here. Hey, there's that one. There's the church scene. I just happened to find it and see how I changed it a little bit. I don't put the window in and I don't do the swirl. So yeah, kind of cool. Just happened to find the one that I got that one. But look at 300 ornaments, and it would come out, you know, like in October, November, in addition to like a Christmas one or whatever. And sometimes it would be just be that one. But yeah, 300 ornaments in this one issue. So there's, yeah, I have thousands of ornament patterns. So these are all my creative woodworks and crafts. Then down here is the second magazine I started getting, Scroll Saw Workshop. And actually, so yeah, that's Judy Gale Roberts right there. This was issue number 2. That was, hold on here, just for fun. Yes, this is the very first issue, fall 2000. Oh yeah, Scroll Saw Workshop, and I believe it's called, what is it called now? I think it's Scroll Saw Woodworks and Crafts. I think they kind of stole it from the other one, but anyway, that's the other magazine. Really good too, but I like the first one better. But yeah, so this is Creative Woodworks and Crafts and Scroll Saw Workshop. I actually have more of these, but yeah, you can find back issues of both of those magazines. They're really good. All kinds of great patterns, and they have full color pictures too, and they have stories on some of them. It's just kind of fun. And then I have books too, and again, I've given away a lot of my Scroll Saw books, but I have, you know, this is an old small one here. But, you know, then I have a lot of Tom Zieg and Spielman and Diana Thompson, Judy Gale Roberts, but this is a Christmas one. You know, and there's a lot of, you know, there's ornament patterns, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, which I usually don't do, but I don't like when people do that. When you hold the camera and then you try to, I usually have it on a tripod, but I don't know, I didn't this time. Holiday patterns, I got all kinds of Scroll Saw patterns in here, and many of these have ornaments in them, and I've given some of the way too, but I got all their other woodworking books, and these are all other woodworking magazines, all kinds done. Woodworking Journal, Wood Magazine, American Woodworker, all different ones. And a lot of those have Scroll Saw patterns and ornaments in them. And here's another one, Wood Magazine Scroll Saw patterns. They did that for a while. It's just a small, not even really a magazine, but it just had some patterns. They did that for years, and oh yeah, then I got some really old Moto jig patterns. Yeah, that's from the 50s, I believe. Let me see here. Hold on. I got it's fun to find old antique magazines. This is from, I can't see here. I don't got my glasses on. 1956. Good night. Yeah. Family there, Scroll Sign. Yeah, kind of cool. So I have those, and I have other books. I have a pile of patterns down here. I have piles of patterns here. You see, here's the original hobo font that I use for my names. It was Craft Plans, where I got that original pattern. Rogers, Minnesota. Yeah, there was a little store that had Scroll Saw patterns. Gosh, it seemed like that was just yesterday. And these are a whole bunch of antique patterns that I want to do sometime if I ever get more time in my shop. And then I have binders full of patterns, my favorite patterns, you know, and I have some other binders here, and there's stacks and stacks of patterns here and here and here and here, all kinds of patterns, and I'm always getting more patterns. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's just some of the patterns I have, and all kinds of different woodworking Scroll Saw patterns, and there's thousands of Scroll Saw ornament patterns in there. Plus, I find new ones every year, and again, I make up my own and stuff. That's my ornament for this year, 2025. And so, yeah, just Go on Google and just put in Christmas ornaments. You'll get patterns and the clip art. You know, you could just print them off your phone. You can trace them on your phone. I've done that before. Print them off or save them, download them. There's thousands and thousands of them out there that are free. Lots of websites and Facebook pages and YouTube channels. You can get ideas for making scroll sawn wood Christmas ornaments. You know, there's magazines and books you can buy, and there's some you can buy online and download, but lots of free ones too. And just make up your own, you know, and just think outside the box, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to show you a few of the Christmas ornaments I've made through the years and the one I'm making this year. So and it's just kind of fun to make them out of all different kinds of woods, and then I just sand them and I just clear coat them, you know, just spray a clear coat, and it brings out the color and grain of all the ornaments. Sometimes I'll dip them in tung oil or Danish oil or you know, or even stain, but yeah, I usually just clear coat them. But yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy woodworking and scroll sawing when I get time. And it's neat to make Christmas ornaments. I don't know why. I love the Christmas season. I love to give them away. It's one thing to just, it's a simple, affordable thing you can give away, and people really enjoy it. And it could be a tradition that people can have for years. So they're fun to make. They're small. It's just, I enjoy making Christmas ornaments. But yeah, so I'm working on Christmas ornaments. I'm making joys for my wife's women's event coming up. But actually, before both of those, I am cutting out all kinds of just wood cutouts, all kinds of different things. I got pumpkins and apples and crosses and fish and doves and elephants and zebras and all kinds of stuff. And they're for the kids to paint for our Harvest Fest coming up. And then I'm making prizes for bingo for that also. And then I'm making some awards for the races and some different things, all kinds of stuff. So I'm working on that stuff because that's coming up in less than 3 weeks. Yeah, about 2.5 weeks. So if you're in the Grove City, Minnesota area, our church, First Baptist Church, September 28th, 1 to 4 p.m. is our Harvest Fest. So if you're in the area, come join us. And actually, you can come. It's on Sunday, so you can come for church and potluck. So we have church at 10 o'clock, and then right after church, we have potluck, wonderful food. And then we're having the Harvest Fest right after that. So, and yeah, so it'll be hayride, woodcraft painting, cakewalk, bingo, lawn games. We'll have music, and we're doing races this year, which is going to be really fun. And campfire in a can. You know, I have my fire cans that I have, so we'll have like 2 or 3, 4 little campfires going and s'mores, and we'll have coffee and cider and donuts and stuff, and it's all free. It's just fun, kind of a fun fall event that we like to do. I kind of started it like 4 years ago, so it's kind of my little thing that I like to do. I get excited about every year, and so yeah, putting that on. A lot of people help with it and do all the things, so it's really fun. Yeah, so anyway, if you're in the area, yeah, so I'm working on that stuff this morning. And yeah, and then my honey and I, when she wakes up, we might go for a hike or go fishing, not sure. And then I'm hitting the road today, going to California. So yeah, I'll be gone a couple weeks, and I'll hopefully get back just in time for Harvest Fest. But yeah, working on different things in here, and then making things that I like to make all the time, my Jesus words and hugs and fish and smiles and stuff like that. I got some more 3D compound word art. I've been sitting here. I got to work on those ones, some ones I made. I'm going to do that in a video sometime, maybe next time I'm home. And some 3D reindeer and some different older Christmas decorations and fun things. And yeah, I need to clean and organize my shop too. But anyway. Anyway, I'm going to end this video before it gets too long. Keep it under 30 minutes. Yes! I know some of you like the longer videos. I'll do a longer one now and then too, but yeah, keep this one short. Some of you like the short ones. You know who you are. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I just pray you're doing well, and get busy making things for the holiday season. And yeah, Merry Christmas. It's coming. You can celebrate it all year. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.